Yeah, mind you, this chatting over this is unscripted. I don't do scripts. I hate reading from scripts, and I hate listening to my voice. So I am not gonna like edit this. The moment I speak on this recorder, I'm just gonna freaking edit it on the video and post it. That is just me though. So okay, here we go. I started off with a sketch on like this blue random paper I found at home, and I had lost the sketch for 3 weeks. I've been looking, not 3 weeks, but like 2 weeks, a week and a half I've been looking for it, and then I lost it. So I made another sketch, which I think would show, yeah, another draft of the illustration, only to lose it again, to lose the second one, and then and then I was able to find the first sketch, and I was like, oh, I have two sketches now. And then I found the second one, and then I have two sketches now. I'm like, F me. But hey, I'm like, okay, I've got two drafts. Let's go with this. So okay, fine. You always have to draft things, guys. Like when you see a beautiful illustration on the web or whatever, understand that it has been drafted. Okay, so I then put it on to the digital side, and then I start sketching there. I was so the thing with drafting, the thing with traditional art and digital art, it can differ. It differs a lot. So when I realized when I was doing the digital art one, it was looking more realistic, while with the traditional drafts, it didn't make sense. Like, how can I say this? The court looked small. The the Pokemon were not far apart like you would see a normal tennis game. Like they were super close to each other, which gave it a more unrealistic / cartoony feel to it. I was, that's what I noticed when I was doing the digital one. I made them very far apart, like it gave it a more realistic tone. I did not want that. I'm like, look, this is a cartoon, this is an illustration, let it be so. Like F realism when it comes. Look guys, when it comes to drawing, screw what you know. It's screw what you know realistically. Okay, I don't give an F. I personally do not give an F when it comes to realism. Look, whatever's like, no. So I started to notice that. So I was like, okay, let me stick to the script, I guess. Yeah, saying F realism, but here I am saying you must follow the rule of but whatever. So okay, so yeah, I decided to put them closer to each other and just like give it that feel of like, yeah, it's still tennis, but look, it's a cartoon. So what but that was my brain being me. Also, I had to, okay, so right now I'm like, okay, so when I did the body, I'm so backward. Okay, so right now, not sure if you noticed the line of action that I did for the Dragapult. Line of action is important to give the feel of something. Right now I'm doing the tennis court. It's quite simple when you watch tennis a lot. So I'm like, the boxes were like, oh yeah, my mom had to tell me like, oh no dude, like when it's singles, when the ball goes at the outer side of the box, it's not counted. So I'm like, oh okay, but why don't they just like remove the lines? I'm like, because they have doubles the same day, I guess. I'm like, oh yeah, fair enough. Okay, so now so I had to decide, am I gonna do the line art first, drawing the Pokemon first and then the background, or the background first and then the Pokemon? It depends on how you feel. Most people do backgrounds first and then the characters. People do characters and then the background. I guess if you're having troubles with the feel, do backgrounds first, so you can get, for example, the lighting of the area. You can adapt to that. It's better doing character art with a messy background than a clean one. So I decided to do the background first. Here, what the heck was I doing? Oh yeah, I realized with Ibis Paint, in order to like use all the brushes, you have to like watch an ad, so I had to do that. Okay, so right now I'm doing the backgrounds. That's the clouds. You always have to blur in the cloud. Well, you don't have to blur in the clouds. You can always have clean ones. But for me, it's aesthetically pleasing when I blur my clouds, because I think that's how my app works. I mean, when things are too sharp and clean, it can ruin the feel. But plus, it is a background. The focus should be on the Pokemon. So blur, blur, blur the background. Yeah, right now I'm also now trying to make the court messy. Making sure that, hey, look, there's history on the court. Like, people have been moving about. But then I was thinking about the ghost Pokemon. It levitates all the freaking time, so you shouldn't have any marks on it. But then I'm like, oh, but like, they're not the first game. Like, like there were other people playing before them. Therefore, the court should still be messy, and it makes sense. I'm like, yeah, fine, history and shit. People don't think about these things, but like when you're creative, you're always overthinking. The mind of an artist. Yeah, so right now I'm still trying to figure out how to make the courts look like a tennis court. I didn't know the difference between clay courts and grass courts. I'm like, aren't they not the same? Apparently the clay courts are more difficult to play on. I still don't know the technical side behind that, but so they say, Uh, oh, I also messed up the courts a bit, like played around with it towards the end. I've got to edit that in right now. Okay, so like I got the feel of the courts. I mean, okay, it's good enough for what it is. Let me now start with the line art. Dragapult was kind of easy to draw. I decided not to put the babies on its head, because I was like, that could probably count as 3 tennis players or something. Like, I didn't want it to be disqualified, so I'm like, yeah, let me not include the babies. Okay, so it's important to always have the sketch, because when you do the line art, you've got what can I say? You've got to focus, I guess. You know what you have to do. There's like there's a path that you already know what, like, it's good to have confidence. The moment you have the sketch, you've got the feel of the art. The line art should be easy. And I'm showing you the steps. Sometimes I don't do sketches, but that's rare. I always do sketches, but like the sketches help. Dragapult wasn't that difficult to draw, really. I'm like, it's a very simple Pokemon to draw. If you know your shapes, I guess. Yeah, I kind of like drawing Dragapult, actually. Oh yeah, so, yeah, that bit where I didn't draw the hand in the racket, I was so confused with how the heck does this, how do you get the feel of the swing in that pose, looking like how the sketch looks, looking at the racket sketch. I'm like, that looks like a pose looking like it's about to hit the ball, not that it has hit the ball. So that's why I left it as it is and continued with the rest. When in doubt, stay out. That uh, yeah, when in doubt, stay out. That's a very deep term. Anyway, this is the bit where I reckon that I did not follow this sketch because I did not feel like it worked. Yeah, if I was a animator drawing keyframes over somebody's sketch, this would have probably gotten me fired because I am not sticking to the script. Yeah. Yeah, do not do this if you're a freaking key animator or something like that. Like, nah, don't do this. But when you're doing your own illustrations, feel free to bend the rules or maneuver a little bit away from the path from your plan. You know, it's freaking art. We shouldn't always be accurate with everything. If it feels wrong, it must be wrong, I guess. Yeah, I even tried doing a little line to see, okay, does it work that way? But no, it doesn't. Okay, I think after getting the line work, I think I was satisfied with the line art from there. Now it was time to color in. Oh, don't get me wrong, there was references, but I had it on my other phone. So just to get the colors correct, I did not color pick. I went with the eye. There's a video of cynics explaining it's a good habit to not color pick and go with your gut feeling if the color is correct or not. You need to know. Like, color picking is a very cheap way of getting the correct color. It's a shortcut. I mean, I guess if you're doing industrial arts for a company, I guess color picking is alright, but like it's just good practice to see if the correct to pick the color yourself and see if it does look right or wrong. I don't know why, but it's just a good habit, I guess. So yeah, like, check Cynics out. I think I'm pronouncing his name correct. I don't know. Yeah, just for copyright reasons, Pokemon is not my thing. If there are any advices that I took, of course I will credit. If, yeah. Yeah. Okay, right now I'm doing the shading. It's easy. When it's digital art, it's so easy just to like think where the darkness will be. This is why it's good to do backgrounds first, because you know where the light source is. So because I know where the light source is, it's like towards the center. The shadow will be like in front, or like it's easy to locate where the shadows would be because you know where the light source is. If you want me to do videos on how light affects objects, then I guess I'll do that. Right now, it's now doing the lighting for the Dragapult. For darks, I think I used multiply. For lighting, I used screen or short. If you guys are able to like pause, oh, there it is. Add for the light, color burn for the dark, for the shadow. Those are effects I rarely use, to be honest with you. I do not know why I did that, but hey, if it works, it works. Oh my god, the thing about doing stuff on a whim is that you forget like 2 weeks later. It's like, holy crap, like what did I do? What did I do to do this art piece? But you know, when you do it a lot, it's kind of instinctive, but you know, it's yeah. Whatever works, I guess. Okay, so that's the Dragapult illustration. After feeling that it was a-okay, alright, okay, yeah. Okay, so I duplicate Gaussian blur, and then clip it to give it some effects. Like it's an effect that's used on the Dragon Ball Super film and the One Piece episodes. Like, but nonetheless, okay. After being satisfied with the Dragapult, I minimized it to fit the illustration, and then it was on to the Octopus Pokemon, where wash and repeat, get the sketch, do the line art. I liked doing the octopus one. Like, I'm not sure if you saw in the sketches, but like I did multiple like face expressions. One was pissed, one was angry, one was worried, one was normal. I think I like this Pokemon. Like, like knowing me, like Pokemon that I like are always weak as hell. But hey, that's just me. I think I hated its evolution. I hate its evolution. It looks so weird. Like, man, dude, like Pokemon for me is like, especially with this current generation, I hate them but slowly start to like them. That's just me. But anyway, that's the line art for this is the line art. And what I remember telling myself, how does this thing hold a tennis racket with no thumb? But then I was like, probably the arms are sticky, so it kind of makes sense. I didn't read the Pokédex of this Pokemon, so I'm not sure if I'm technically correct or not. But I guess there's a Pokemon move where it's like it's not just the tech. Oh jeez, it's just not the tentacles. It's not just the tentacles that are sticky. Hey, but hey, it's a freaking cartoon. Who gives a crap about logic? Like, have you seen Pikachu and how high it jumps? Ash's Pikachu and how high it jumps in battles. Look, I swear that thing has freaking wings. But okay, after the line art and the feel, and not following the sketch with its left arm, I about to color in. I probably got the base color wrong for this. I know it's not yellow, but I was like, hey, look, it looks like yellow. It's a faint, whatever it is, it's faint, and that's what matters. By the way, line of action is very important. I'll probably do a tutorial on. Look, if you guys ever want a tutorial of what I guess I could do it. Perspective. I want to do one on perspective. I mean, just the feel of what perspective can do, just so one can understand. Oh, I feel like this, and I want to explain why people feel the way they do when they see art. I guess. Okay. Nonetheless, yeah, I tried. At this point, I remember my memory was getting low. So like in short bursts, the videos would the videos would like keep shutting down. So I was like, ugh, I'm so screwed here. Nonetheless, after, so right there, but it passed so quickly. Okay, so I did the shading. I did the edits on the shade. I did the duplicate on the octopus after I was complete with it. Gaussian blur, screen, clip, save. Then it was now time to like edit the entire picture. Okay, the eyeball didn't look like it was looking at the octopus. That's why I zoomed in very closely there. I was thinking of using that as the thumbnail, but I was like, screw it. Then it was time for the tennis ball because we need to know what sport they're playing, I guess. Yeah, the tennis ball is kind of too light, so I had to darken it so it can pop a bit. Yeah, and then I think like I did some edits on the background, like made it kind of, gave it, what's that called? Aerial perspective. Oh no, no, I do that later on. Right now I'm trying to fit the drawing into, yeah, yeah, like, yeah, just fit it in, just crop all the excess layers out, then just edit the picture, and 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 voila, that's the illustration. I mean, yeah, I mean, look, if look, I know with YouTube and like the way my channel is so active, I don't think I'm gonna get any response to like what sock plushes you want between the left or between the octopus and the dragon Pokemon. So, you know, the speed paint will be what it is for what it is and not go any further. But if you guys do want to see a sock plush between the two, then feel free to comment and not subscribe, like subscribe if you genuinely like this or like the channel. Of I dabble. I dabble, guys. I like screw being a one trick pony. Like, yeah. So